Big hairy ugly dude, you told me about some storms in your life. How did you manage to keep on lifting? Look, I'm no angel, and I'm never going to pretend to be an angel. You know, you get these social media douchewads that act like their poo poo don't stink and everything they do is perfect, and they never cheat and have perfectly clean sheets every day, right? And everything in life is good. And you know, that's not been my life. My life's like your life. It's had ups and downs, trials and tribulations, and plenty of mistakes. But the only thing I can really say, there's been periods of time where after the birth of my second daughter, she had colic and it was really rough, and I didn't live for a while. In the military, I didn't live for a while. There are seasons in life where we lose, even though we love lifting, we lose steam for it, and that's okay. We have to allow ourselves, there's a balance. We have to allow ourselves some freedom to be, right? To get up every day and do whatever you want to do, even if that doesn't mean lifting. But we also have to balance that with taking care of ourselves. Like, you can't wake up every day and say, I don't want to brush my tooth, or your single tooth, because all the rest fell out. I don't want to brush my teeth. I'm not motivated to brush my teeth. I don't want to eat healthy. I'm not motivated to eat healthy. I'm waiting for the motivation to not eat donuts, right? Look, it sounds funny, but some people live in that world. I'm waiting for the motivation to not eat fast food every day. What they really say is, I'm waiting for the motivation, to find the motivation to stop eating like shit. I'm waiting to find the motivation to exercise. I'm sitting around eating donuts. I'm waiting for the motivation to not sit around and not eat donuts. Silly. You know, we have to face things a little bit with, we have to fight ourselves back a little bit. I have self-talk, and I don't always win. Sometimes a lazy demon wins. Let's turn on my fan, so if that's too loud, let me know. But we have to push back. If someone's sitting on the couch and they're waiting for the motivation to exercise, you know, at some point, you know, like, what do you think? The motivation fairy is going to come in and kiss you on the neck and make sweet love to you, and all of a sudden you're going to be blessed with the baby of motivation? You're going to be full and pregnant with motivation. That's nonsense, and you have to admit it's nonsense. You have to admit it's nonsense. It's patent bullshit. It's foolishness. It's a lie. You can't lie to yourself. The lifting fairy doesn't come kiss you on the neck. Now you are blessed, my son, and you may lift with motivation. No, you have to say that's a lie. If you don't want to lift, don't lift. But don't lie to yourself waiting for motivation. Either you're going to take care of yourself or you don't. That's your choice. I'm not going to shame you. I'm not going to judge you. Life is hard. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Look, if someone gets up and decides from age 20, all they want to do is watch Netflix and eat donuts, and that's the way they're going out, then it's not ours to judge. Can that impact society? We got to pay for your medical bills and all that kind of stuff. Yes. Does it have the potential to be irresponsible and place a burden on your fellow man? Yes. But each of us still has to decide, are we going to do the fucking right thing? Are we going to take care of ourselves, or are we going to not take care of ourselves? We're going to brush our tooth, or are we not going to brush our tooth? Whatever you decide, you got to deal with the consequences, and you got to admit when you're lying to yourself, because the motherfucking lifting fairy ain't going to come kiss you on the neck and make sweet love to you and impregnate you with the baby of motivation. Ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. And if you think it's going to happen, you're lying to yourself, and you need to stand up and take your fat ass and go stand in front of the mirror and say, I'm lying to myself. Either I got to lift or I don't got to lift. I don't want to lift. You know what? I don't want to lift either. I love lifting, but man, every day it's like, I don't want to lift. I want wingies. Right? I want wingy and beer and to watch a baseball game. Got to balance it out. You got to make time. You got to find time to move. You got to find time for your health. You got to find time to fucking cook. You got to find time to go to the grocery store. I do not give a fuck about your excuses, because that's all they are. It is your choice whether you want to take care of yourself or not. And everybody gets storms, and I'm sorry people go through storms. I go through storms, and man, when I go through storms, I'm sorry I go through a storm. But I do not give a shit about your fucking storm, because here's the thing. Life is short, and I am 55 fucking years old. And I can see the end coming for me. I can see the end coming for me. And the end is coming for you. And storms are coming, and that's part of life. But what the fuck are you going to do about it? It's coming for you. The end is coming for you. Are you going to wake up today and live? Are you going to wake up today and be your best self? Are you going to wake up today and seize the day and laugh and love and fucking get everything out of the fucking day? Are you going to sit on the fucking couch like a whining baby, lying to yourself, waiting for the motivation fairy to come along and kiss you on your fat fucking lazy ass neck? I do not give a fuck about your storms, because I care about you. And that's what you need to say to yourself. Self, I do not give a fuck about my storms, because I care about myself. And you know what? In those moments when I rise my fucking fat ass off the fucking couch, when I do not want to lift, when I do not want to run, when I do not want to eat healthy, when I feel like absolute shit, and I rise my fucking ass off the couch and make myself go out and do a 20-mile run or a 15-mile run or a crazy workout, something, that's when I really feel like I'm fucking living, because I fought back. And those are the moments I remember. This is something we have to train ourselves. We have to challenge ourselves. This is something we learn over time. This is something we learn by fighting. We have to fight back. We always have to fight back. We always have to fight back. Every second of every day, there is a voice in your head telling you to sit down. Oh, poor you. You have storms. Poor you. Sit down. I'm scared of my dog. Sit down. Eat Doritos. Drink beer. I don't feel like lifting. I do not give a shit. And these are conversations you need to have with yourself. Whenever that voice is telling you not to do it, you need to fight back. You need to push back. When I sit on the edge of the bed and say, what the fuck? You wake up in the morning and you're just sitting at the edge of the bed. And you're like, what the fuck? I just want to take it easy today. You know what I tell myself? Fuck you. And it's not some sick form of punishment, because at the end of the day, I know if I had the opportunity to go out tonight and run for 4 hours, it's not the exercise. It's the pushing myself. It's the living, right? When I do something I didn't want to do, or I don't really, my brain is telling me not to do, I feel so fucking alive, right? I am in control. I feel alive when I am in control. Not when the voice in my head says I have storms. You know how many people I've seen pass away in the last 5 years that I've cared for? People I've met and trained with? People I've loved? Life is fucking short, and it's too short to be a fucking pussy. Go fucking do something. Someone I care about, David Clark. You can check out his books on Amazon. He was an alcoholic. He lost 100 pounds. He became a vegan. I'm not a vegan, but who cares? He changed his life. He ran like 100 ultra runs, over 100 miles. He completely changed his life. And like a week before he died, I talked to him on the phone. I was going to challenge him. I was going to put together a running team, and I asked him if he wanted to put together a running team, and he said he couldn't run anymore. But you know what? He died. He went into surgery. He went into the hospital for routine surgery, and he died. Bud Jeffries, you guys know Bud Jeffries? His son Noah? Well, I sat in a YMCA parking lot in Louisiana maybe 8 years ago. We sat there till sundown, just bending steel and bending nails. Just three guys in a parking lot, just doing some crazy shit. They're both dead. Noah died first, and then Bud died. A week before Bud's death, he was going to be on my podcast, and he couldn't figure out how to get the video up. My dad died last year. Seen all these bodybuilders die. People I met, Jerry Ward. Jerry Ward wasn't my best friend, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is, like, the older you get, whether you're 30 or 35, you're going to wake up in a heartbeat and you're going to be 50, and then you're staring down the barrel of your own death. So you got to make the choice. You got to make the choice. How do you manage the lifting? This isn't a question about lifting. It's about how do you manage to keep on living? Man, I can't. You can die. You can crawl in your hole, and you can just eat yourself to death and not. But look, the only thing I've ever found is that when I challenge myself, I'm alive. And I have found that out, whether it's running or lifting or pushing myself doing coaching. I coach for a living, and there isn't a day I don't get up where I feel like an imposter, like I don't have enough to give. I'm not smart enough. I'm just some shithead with no degree. But I don't allow myself to live in that. I challenge myself. I push myself. This isn't a lifting question. It's a life question. We have to live. We feel most alive when we're pushing ourselves. At the end of your life, I can rest easy when I die, because I know I've spent my whole life pushing myself. Do I want to die? No. But I'll tell you what, I'm 55. And there isn't a day I don't wake up where I feel like if I get another 10 years, I'm gonna feel like the luckiest man in the world. 10 fucking years. I'm not gonna be here. Maybe 15. If I'm lucky, I'll live to 90, right? But it's perspective. This isn't about lifting. How do you? It's the question should be not how did you manage to keep on lifting. It's how do you manage to keep on living. How do you manage to keep on living? I know you feel overwhelmed. But here's the thing. Don't think. Get up today and do what you love. Challenge yourself. Stop fucking thinking. Think. Fuck it. Go do something. Get in the car and just fucking drive somewhere and start walking. Just fucking do something. Drive to a fucking food bank and start handing out food, or a soup kitchen. Just fucking shut up. I'm not telling you, Marnix. I'm telling, like, that's what we have to tell ourselves. Shut the fuck up. I'm just going to the fucking gym. Just go do something. I know you feel overwhelmed. But feeling overwhelmed implies a lot of thinking about it. What I've found, two things in life, I'm going to end on this. When you're in that thinking zone and you feel overwhelmed, maybe that storm's not going to leave. But there are two things you can do. Number one, you can serve other people. The first thing I do out of bed is this morning I answered all my Instagram questions, and I answered all my questions on Team Massive. I have a servant's mindset. I'm not an influencer. When we serve other people, go hand out food at a soup kitchen or go volunteer for Special Olympics, we stop thinking about ourselves. Whatever way you can serve other people, we stop thinking about ourselves and our problems. We escape that bubble. That doesn't mean our problems are going to go away, but it kind of refreshes us. It gives us a different perspective. You know, when I'm training the Special Olympians, all of a sudden my problems don't seem that big. So that's number one. Take the focus out of your head and go do something for people. It doesn't matter what it is. And number two, do something today that is an adventure. I don't care if it's walking around a fucking outlet mall. Just going out, doing stuff. Sometimes I just go walk around the downtown area with my dog, some random city, just to get out, to do things, to build perspective, to see new things. That's living. Get out of my head, get into life. You're gonna have some fucking adventure, some fucking crazy. You're gonna meet new crazy people. Sometimes me and my wife, when we first met, we used to just drive around and hop and to all these little breweries in the middle of fucking nowhere, and we'd day drink, and we'd meet all kinds of crazy people and just have the time of our life. We were hiking this on the weekend when we were hiking a lot. It's not like we're major league alcoholics, but we were hiking and drinking and hiking and drinking. And challenge yourself, go adventure, challenge yourself, do some physical activities, do something that's going to challenge you. Get out in life and try something new.